I think development of proprietary AI will be reserved for all but the largest institutions in the world with the capital and the data available and the skills available to build something. I suspect the majority of the market that integrate AI into some or more, all of their processes will be using external vendors. I think the idea of something like Sysgate is a good one. You must do your own due diligence and confirm that it makes sense. Of course, we have various regulation around third-party risk management, supply chain evaluation, those types of things. And I think if you're accountable person, your chief AI officer or whatever we call them, I quite like that name. If they don't understand the supply chain, the vendor, what that technology is doing, where they might be getting any additional services from. So of course, we're seeing a lot of things now that we're hearing is kind of pioneering AI, but it's not really. It's instructions over the top of ChatGPT. And so you kind of go down this line to understand where actually is the AI sitting. If you don't understand those things, you're in very hot water. It's much like, I think, existing vendor management services now, where it's not enough to say you've got PEPs and sanctions screening, for example. You need to know why that's reliable. How can you be sure that the PEPs and sanctions screening tool is operating effectively? How do you have assurance that the technology is operating as you expect it to, but also that all of the underlying data makes sense and is reliable? How do you know that all of the parameters are configured correctly? And of course, a lot of this sits generally with a money laundering reporting officer, and they will be reliant on their team being able to explain how it all works. They won't necessarily know all of those details to the nth degree themselves, just by way of their day-to-day role, but they will need to know that the systems and controls are configured appropriately. I think we see something similar with AI, but the technological knowledge is obviously significantly higher in order to do that role effectively.